If God is perfect, why does he need worship? Why would a being with infinite power care what a tiny, fragile species thinks about him? It's like me demanding my dog praise me every morning, or else. That alone should make you question things. But let's go deeper. I'm going to explain why I still don't believe in God, and why the idea itself just doesn't make sense. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm the Grumpy Old Hermit, and today we're revisiting my very first video. When I first laid out why I don't believe in God, the arguments were solid, but I've learned a lot since then. So, I'm here to refine and strengthen the case. Let's get into it. Section 1. The incoherence of God. We're told that God is omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, and omnibenevolent. In other words, absolutely perfect. But then we're also told he has desires, needs, and emotions. If he's perfect, why does he need anything? Needing implies a lack of something, and a perfect being can't lack anything. And what does it even mean to be a disembodied mind? A mind, as we understand it, is a function of the brain. It processes information using neurons and electrical signals. Take away the brain, and what's left? A mind floating in the void. How does it process thoughts? How does it even exist? No theist has ever explained this without resorting to vague language and hand-waving. Section 2. The problem of existence outside of space and time. We're told that God exists outside of space-time. But let's think about what existence actually means. To exist, something has to take up space and persist through time. If something takes up no space and has no presence in time, how can it be said to exist at all? Some will argue that love and thoughts don't have a physical form, but still exist. But that's just wrong. Love is a product of brain chemistry. We can see it in action through brain scans. Thoughts are electrical impulses firing in neurons. Both take up space and exist in time. So if God is outside of space-time, he would be literally nowhere and last for no time at all, which means, by definition, he does not exist. Section 3. The image of God, contradiction. The Bible tells us that we're created in God's image. But if God is a disembodied mind, in what way are we like him? Do we also have ghostly, formless minds? Clearly not. Here's something interesting. Genesis 1:27 states that God created both male and female in his image. So, does that mean God is gender fluid? Non-binary? If Christians take the Bible literally, this raises a question they probably don't want to answer. Section 4. The perfection paradox. A perfect being would have no needs, no desires, and no changes. But God supposedly created the universe. Why? If he was already perfect, he didn't need to create anything. That means he went from not wanting to create to wanting to create, which means he changed. But God is also supposed to be unchanging. So which is it? Either he changed, which contradicts perfection, or he always wanted to create, which means he was always lacking something. Either way, the idea collapses under its own contradictions. Section 5. God's need for worship. Makes no sense. Christians claim that God wants us to worship him. But why? A truly perfect being doesn't need validation. Imagine if I walked outside expecting ants to sing my praises, and when they didn't, I started smiting them with a magnifying glass. That would make me a psychopath. Yet that's exactly what God does in the Bible, demanding praise and punishing those who refuse. A perfect God wouldn't need or care about worship. The fact that the biblical God craves constant validation makes him sound more like an insecure dictator than an all-powerful being. Section 6. The final reason I don't believe. Theists love to rely on arguments alone, but arguments don't prove reality. You can argue anything. Flat earthers, moon landing deniers, and conspiracy theorists all have arguments. That doesn't mean they're right. Where is the evidence? If God is real, there should be actual data showing how a mind can exist without a brain, how something can exist outside of space-time, or how a perfect being can logically have needs. But there isn't. Every claim about God is based on special pleading and circular reasoning, and this is why I don't believe. The idea is contradictory, incoherent, and unsupported by evidence. Until someone can show me otherwise, I remain unconvinced. So, has my mind changed? Nope. In fact, the more I think about it, the less sense the concept of God makes. But hey, If you've got evidence, I'm open to being convinced. Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and share. It helps more than you know. See you in the next one.